I was cleaning out the storage room in our old building, a former psychiatric hospital in Novosibirsk, when I found the box. No label, just dust, cobwebs, and a faded strip of Soviet tape barely holding the lid shut. Inside were burned folders, black and white photographs, and a charred reel of film. One envelope was marked Institute of Psychiatric Research, case number 17B, confidential. The tape inside was brittle. Parts had melted, but it looked playable. I brought it home that night. I threaded the reel into my old projector, expecting static or maybe interviews. What I saw instead chilled me. A man, strapped to a chair, motionless, bare walls, no background sound. Then, a loud click. A doctor in a lab coat entered the frame. No words, just gestures. They made the man stare into a light. Then, something unusual. A mirror was wheeled in, placed directly in front of him. But his reflection didn't move. It stared right at me. Even when the real man began to struggle, the reflection smiled. Then the tape glitched. That night, I had vivid dreams. I was strapped to the same chair. The reflection, mine, tilted its head, then began whispering. I couldn't hear the words, but I woke up screaming. My phone was recording. I never pressed record. When I played it back, there was static, and a deep voice saying,
"You shouldn't have watched it."
I became obsessed. I dug through archives, tried tracking down any records on case number 17B. Nothing. No employees by the names I found in the files. No institute by that name in any official records. But I found one old article from 1983. Experimental mirror therapy raises ethical concerns in Soviet clinic. There was a photo. Grainy, but I recognized the doctor from the film. The article said the program was shut down after a patient gouged out his own eyes, claiming they were never mine. I watched the film again. This time I noticed details I'd missed. In the reflection, the patient's mouth moves, but the real man doesn't speak. The doctor nods, responding as if he understands. Then, pure horror. The reflection begins to bleed. Not the man, just the mirrored version. First the eyes, then from the mouth. I swear, it turned to look at me, and it mouthed,
"He's next."
The next day, I found that the reel was missing. No sign of forced entry, just gone. I asked my neighbor if they'd seen anyone near my door. She stared at me blankly and said, "You moved out 2 weeks ago." I hadn't. But when I checked my mail, empty. My name was no longer on the box. Even my landlord said, "This apartment's been vacant." I started to question my own mind. I don't know who I am anymore. Every mirror in my house is now covered. I hear noises when I sleep, whispers when I blink. Sometimes when I forget and catch my reflection, it doesn't match. I'm not making this up. I'm recording this as a warning. If you find that film, burn it. Don't watch it. Because the moment you do,
It watches you back.